come over. Make you chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber. La la, I say over my bed, listen, baby, come on, go sing, go sing.
For years, the Ghanaian passport has opened doors, across borders, across dreams. Today, we step into the future. With the new chip-embedded passport, Ghana is safer, more secure, and ready for tomorrow. We're working around the clock, literally, introducing 24-hour passport services, e-tracking at your fingertips, courier delivery to your doorstep, a 30% reduction in fees, and you get your new chip-embedded passport in under 15 days or in just 5 days with expedited service. Because your time matters, your dreams matter, and every Ghanaian deserves a passport process that is simple, dignified, and yours. The Mahama administration is breaking every barrier, so nothing stands between you and the world.
Welcome to Monday morning. I don't even know how I'm seated because the seat makes some way. Nonetheless, I'm excited to be here on Pan-African television. My name is Kwame Usudan, so Esquire. I suffered. Took me about 6 years to become an Esquire. It's not easy. Yes. You complete LLB in 2015. You write entrance exams, you pass, you go for interview, they come out to you. You understand? You hear about Rwanda, you go to Rwanda. You go and get the station in Rwanda, you come back, they say, hey, we won't admit Rwandans again. You have to go back to UK and do LPC. What kind of long journey is that? But by the grace of God, we are here. So we have to really, in the excitement of being an Esquire, who held the average. So also is here, my brother from another mother, we share the same birthday, and that's why we click all the time. When we fight, we fight. So bonjour. I thought that you had gone behind your brother, to go and do other contracts and
It's straight up.
Bolusco.
We will settle that matter.
We have to settle the matter. But you see, the truth is also that maybe it is not you, maybe it's someone else. But I can't mention his name. I can't mention the person's name. I can't mention the person's name.
Now you are giving me other clues.
Well, I'm not mentioning anybody's name.
No, but then I'm thinking aloud.
Yeah, I'm not mentioning anybody's name. Dr. Mazuka, salute you, sir.
Yes, sir, boss.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey, Charlie, this your lectures on WhatsApp status is actually very good, you know. Do you watch the status? WhatsApp?
No,
he teaches English, phonetics. Oh, yes, on his WhatsApp.
I'm humbled.
Now, last time he was trying to explain the importance of comma in a sentence. That comma in itself could be full stop.
Yes.
I said, hey, They didn't know that. I only know about the law.
He plays with the queen.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm humbled.
You know what? You should continue. It's very good.
Thank you. I'm humbled.
And Prince Derek J, aka PDA, when you are looking for people who do broadcasting a lot on WhatsApp, he is the supreme leader. Primus inter pares. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
The chief mediator in the law matters. You are doing very well.
Very, very well.
Let us say chief mediator, because you see, look, you are the only person I've heard speak on Saturday. So far, you are a lone ranger. You are the
at least in the media space.
Yeah, no, he's the Rambo.
Yes.
Rambo in the field.
Well,
are you being paid? How are you funding it, Charlie? This year, because when you talk about Laland, I'll give you invoice.
I begin to invoice him.
It's been a long journey. It's been a longer journey than your LLB and LLM.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I hold in my hands evidence of the long journey, but we can't disclose it yet. It's long coming, just like Alomasor has been long coming. We now have an MP, and I'm happy to start undressing on his head.
Hey.
Yes. Yes.
I make it. Yes. The green wave is on. The green wave is on.
From Alomasor, we are heading to Akotia.
And there will be like a tiwa.
There will be several by-elections in this fourth.
Are you praying for people to die?
It's not about death. Galamsey will remove a number of MPs. Galamsey and corruption.
Yeah.
As the Attorney General begins his journey to prosecute people, and people will indeed be prosecuted, not just arrested. People will be removed from Parliament, and there will be by-elections.
Okay.
And touch wood, if you are an NDC MP, an independent or MPP, and you are caught in Galamsey, you will go, and there will be by-elections. So yes, we'll be ready for all the by-elections, and the green wave is
on. Quick commercial break. When I come back, we are starting today's conversation with Ken Ofori-Atta. I love that man so much. I love his white and his bag and all of that. I know that we had been told that extradition processes have been activated. I'm very interested in this particular subject matter. Prince is actually undressing live on set. Quick commercial break. Stay with us.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Come in. Lagos Day. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
Daddy is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PABs and how to get started, call toll free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life. For years, the Ghanaian
Welcome back. Prince, let's zoom in straight into action. Briefly, rather on a sad note, former president of Nigeria, Buhari, we are told has passed on. Now it appears I don't know what is happening on the continent. I don't know whether I'm in my shell or whatever, but I didn't even hear that he's passed on. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah. Did you hear, Solo?
Oh, yes.
You did? And she said, I'm the only one in the Wonderland.
But what is news about it?
Death is death. Everybody would die.
82-year-old man. 80 years old.
But maybe beyond the death is also because you see, it is in death that people get to know you. You know, in terms of
the life of the frog.
Yes. So that is why perhaps the story has been picked. You know, that if you look at his life's trajectory, it's telling of, you know, being in the struggle for many years, becoming a military leader at some point, going back, becoming a civilian. That's quite a story.
It's a story.
And also against the backdrop that he, you know, put himself out as the one person who would be able to fight. No, it was the insurgents that is in Boko Haram in Nigeria. You remember? You know, and people voted for him massively in the hope that he was going to bring some relief.
But was he able to?
That is the point. You know, so but the juxtaposition for me is important, that we look at his life's journey and marry same with what is currently happening in Nigeria, perhaps given the fact that he was allowed or given enough freedom and room to operate. If he had done so much, I'm sure we would not be talking about the things that we are talking about today in Nigeria.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I have a very different view about death. I see death as normal, because once you are born, the next thing you must expect is death. And so there is nothing special about someone dying and we eulogizing the death. I don't do that.
All right.
It is also the case that if Nigeria is good today or better today, he may be part of it. In the same way, if it is worse today, he is also part of it. But nobody can convince me that Nigeria is better off.
No. So
to the extent that Nigeria is not better off, he's part of the mess. You get my point? Where did he die?
Nigeria.
In London.
In London, okay.
You see the foolishness of our leaders.
Like Roberta is in London now.
They go and die somewhere, and we take the dead corpse. Why are they not burying him in London? You have been a leader, and Nigeria, the most populous nation on this continent, couldn't have or boast of a first-class hospital. You know the number of specialists Nigerians are producing in the U.S. If you go to the U.S., why is it that all of them are out of the country? And Doc, you say UK.
Yes.
Go to Harvard now. Nigeria can boast of, I mean, from the black African origin, they have the greatest number of students in Harvard. Why is it that they are uncomfortable living in Nigeria or staying in Nigeria? It's because of the leaders or the leadership that they have there. You want to die, you die in London. But when you want to bury you, they bring you back to Nigeria. Last time I made this statement here, that our leaders, when they die, the only benefit we get from them is being buried here. We must stop that. Let's build our country. Because the London hospital he attended to, go and see the bills. You understand? For me, yes, he's gone, but the lessons we must learn from it is that when you become a leader, build your country. You have a finance minister, former finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, who was holding our purse. He claims he's sick. Is that the case? Because I haven't seen him. So if he say he's sick, I treat it as one of those propaganda. Where is he now? Is he not Mayo Clinic? You and I, when we are sick, where would we be going? The last time a medical doctor at Konfanot, he died of heart failure. A common cath lab costs, I mean, Dr. Kennedy has written a very beautiful article on it. Cath lab costs only $5 million. We don't have some in this country. So you and I, when there is any emergency in terms of heart failure, we will die. We are gone. But he is in Mayo Clinic. So when the unfortunate happens, you think I'll come here and play the emotional role? No, I won't. May I celebrate the downtrodden? They are my people. God, they have not controlled my past before. They go through daily struggles in life. to survive. Some people, the water that their dogs drink is better than the people in my village. And some people, when they die, I would never eulogize them, because it is the reason why they were put in the position to affect lives. So wherever he's going, may he go there in peace. But I don't sympathize with that. Yes. I'll end it.
So wherever he's going, may he go.
I don't know where he's going.
He's going.
He knows where he's going.
I don't know where
He knows where he's going.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. From Allah we have come, and to Him we shall return.
Okay, so he's going to Allah.
Sure.
Okay.
So I sympathize with the bereaved family, and I also want to remind viewers of an Arabic adage that is very relevant here. Al-mawtu yakfikum al-maw'idha. Death is enough counseling for you. So when we comment on death, it is not that we want to die. It is also not that we want to castigate the dead. It is because we want to learn from the death. The transiency of this world should be enough to discipline all of us. And I think when we think about death, we will be well disciplined. We know this is just a transition. I mean, we are here as a transit point, and we shall move to eternity. Let me, even though I express my condolences to the bereaved family, I also want to use this opportunity to join Solo, not in the same direction. I will join him in a different direction, because I am an African, and the African culture tells us that we should not say negative things or things that are not good about the dead people. But I agree with him when it comes to presiding over bogus healthcare system in this country and leaving that healthcare system to seek superior medical care elsewhere. It's very unacceptable, and that's why I admire Koku. When Koku was sick, we were told that the decision of the government was to fly him out of this country, and he refused. Said, "No, I have to be treated here." Look, not even outside. Do you know when it comes to scan? You know that we have the latest scan machine. That scan in Ghana can only be found in Accra. Even internally.
Why you tell me?
You said
Accra.
Because you are the Lamanche here.
Proceed with your
the place of the last two.
Proceed.
You are an indication of royalty here.
I've regretted the suggestion.
You are fully representing your...
Yes, royalty. And that's why when you raise Ghana issues, we all support you.
Very well.
Because Accra is Ghana, Ghana is Accra. Because of our unitary system. No, because of the unitary system.
The thing is it not
true? Accra is Accra.
Okay, so
you understand that? Because of the unitary system, with the federalism, you can understand it. With the federalism, you can have federal states. We have federal government and state government. But ours is a unitary system. And therefore, it has made Accra Ghana and Ghana Accra.
Yeah.
Yes. So even internally, these people, the presidents, preside over bogus healthcare system. And that bogus healthcare system even has stages. Things that can be found in Bolga are less superior than facilities that can be found in Accra. Facilities that can be found in Tamale or Wa are less superior than facilities that can be found in Kumasi or elsewhere. What kind of system is this? Discrimination in healthcare.
I agree with you.
So and that is why we should take this death
very unfortunate. We pray that he meets his Lord in a very happy manner. However, this is an opportunity for all of us to tell our leaders to refrain from presiding over bogus healthcare system and refrain and seeking superior healthcare in other places. That is unacceptable. That is un-Ghanaian. That is unconstitutional. That is undemocratic, and that must stop.
Okay, I'll come back to you on a matter that you raised in your submission. I think it's important, but it's just a question that I will put before all of you to just elicit whatever responses that you may after Prince's submission. Because you spoke, and quite truthfully, about if you like, the huge disparity between the regions in terms of development,
yes.
right? And oftentimes this question has been burning, about whether or not we must begin to look at rotating the seat of government, across the country. Perhaps maybe if we moved it to voter ID for 4 years, the next 4 years we move it to, because I believe when you do that, development naturally will come to those people. Sure. But I'll take your views on that. Prince, let me come to you.
Well, I believe very strongly that efforts are underway to put some administrative offices outside of Accra. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has recently indicated that it is his vision so to do, and an area has actually been earmarked for the commencement of same. As to rotational capital, I don't know how that would work, but I believe also very strongly that the President's decision to uncap various monies, namely the NHIL, all the things that were capped by the previous administration, and putting the sanitation budget, which hitherto would have gone largely to one company, at the local government and therefore directly to the MMDCEs to administer at the assembly level. That's a local area. It's a very good way to ensure that development is not centered in Accra but goes everywhere. I want to believe that they will do same and make it to the units council level. I'll leave it there. Now, on the death of the former Nigerian president and lessons to be learnt, we have a guy saying, "Akegbili nam," to wit, in death you do not, as it were, punch the body or the family that is bereaved, or friends and associates of same. And I think it cuts across all other traditions in Africa. That said, it is also not wise to eulogize the devil in death. So, truth be told, we must have a fair balance between how we deal with these things. I believe very strongly that whilst people are alive, you make the most of your life, because that's the only time you have the pen in your hand. You write your life story and let no other person write it for you in death. I therefore associate myself with the former President John Ajekun Kufuor, who has been sidelined by the party he founded, a party whose antecedents, I said he helped found.
No,
it was a founding.
Oh, make it clear. He did not found MPP. If you want
it was
to
a founding father.
He said
the party he founded. And I, John Kufuor, and I want to correct him, even though a royal, please.
Well, who says royals cannot?
The correction is here. Here is that he is a founding member of MPP, but he did not found.
So when they're having a Founders Day for the MPP, who will be?
There's no believe in founders.
Yes.
They don't believe in that.
They believe in founders in unison.
Anyway, this one is a gentleman. This one.
Okay,
so collective founding, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, collective founding.
One of the founders, who together with Brobes, who are today asking for the head of Afejo Bakin for the ECG mess. And who else was part of the founders? Another founder who is on the neck of Maubia for oh my goodness. What are the founders doing to the party? The party, your party is gone. Oh. It's good you left. You left before the single of the So I think that once people are alive, and that's why I'm saying that once President Kufuor is alive, I think the MPP should not ignore him. So that after he's gone.
Thank you very much, Prince. Thank you. Prince, you can trust me. There's always find a way of bringing the MPP in existence. But
he will live long. Kufuor will live long.
Absolutely.
He will live very long.
No, that matter is actually a very interesting one. And perhaps maybe we should touch on that briefly as well, because President Kufuor was heard yesterday talking about the fact that he's been sidelined, and that the impression is being created.
You know what I'm laughing? So are not friends.
It doesn't matter. So is an objective analyst. It doesn't matter whether they are friends or not. It matters not.
They think that maybe he doesn't have the cognitive power to provide some advice or offer some advice to the MPP, and that he's been completely ignored. But yesterday on another platform, people were laughing because people said you superintended and supervised, quite openly over the mess that is currently happening in the MPP, and now you've turned around to come and say that. The people have sidelined you. The argument is that openia or Tenefima and Mofrawe Nankano.
You can Nankarifua.
You can have Nankarifua, or no, chairman.
This was before this
So are you surprised about this Nankarifo being the chairman and still complaining that
the mother serpent has ignored him?
Honestly, when I heard President Kufuor speak yesterday, it saddened my heart. Honestly, you see, apart from my father, I was born into MPP. You understand? So apart from him, the only person that endeared me more to the MPP was President Kufuor. And it was the reason why, he was the only reason why, as a first-year student, I joined the bus to Subayiri in the Jirapala Musie district to be a polling agent for the MPP. In fact, I didn't have a clue what we were going to do. But I felt that he has to be president. So I didn't care the sort of risk that lied ahead of. Because, I do politics of intuition. When I come and sit here, and something tells me that you will perform, that is all. You don't need to convince me. And I will support you wholeheartedly. So my intuition was telling me that he will be a good leader. So I supported him. And also he was standing up for certain values.
That you believe
values and principles are very, very dear to my heart. Either than that, then there is no group or team that you must belong to. When after the 2007 primaries of the MPP, that was where I started having a different view of President Kufuor. Because it was so clear. He himself knew that with Nana Akufo-Addo taking over the party, there will be problems. That is why in the days leading to the primaries, he made that statement that we must not elect someone who would divide or bring divisions into the party. But he couldn't come clean on that because he was afraid. At that time, all the guns were blazing at him. You understand? And the reason why Alan suffered, because they linked Kufuor to Alan. One, Mr. Kufuor had not supported Alan before. That is one thing people don't know. People think he was the one financing and supporting Alan, but that was never the case.
There was a reverse.
Alan has suffered for nothing by being associated with what? Kufuor. So when the problem started, some of us thought he would speak boldly, because right after 2008 that he lost the election, he was still strong. He wasn't in a wheelchair. He could speak truth. After all, you appointed Akufo-Addo as a minister. So what were you afraid of him? Or afraid about him? That you couldn't call him to order. You allowed this man to systematically eliminate everyone that they perceived was associated with you. You said nothing about it. So silence, they say, means what? Consent. In the minds of people, you were consenting to that barbaric act that was happening within the MPP. So they became emboldened. How is it? So the last time I heard Complain Japan complain that why is it that they are removing a highly competitive relationship between him and Sir John. And that day I was at the Kamali Sports Stadium. I saw the machination, the whole state machinery brought there. I mean, the MPP was in opposition. But strangely, the state machinery was rather supporting Sir John. People in the queue going to vote. Sir John was there with the security. Nana Kufuor's bodyguards telling them, go and vote here. But you won. Yet, it took 3 or 4 people to remove you from office. You could not complain. The only time that a constitutional provision is being followed, they gave you money. Hey, don't rise. Look at this one. Hey, he doesn't deserve our time. You understand? They removed Paul Afoko, they removed Complain Japan. Did you hear Kofo speak about it?
Nope.
He didn't even cough on these matters.
That's actually true.
You understand? You allow them to do all these nasty things. You come to Alan, all the things that were happening, believe you me, he was told in the house. People went to him, that Papa, where this party is going, it is being destroyed. Say, Now to crown the matters, when they realized that the party had been finished, collapsed, and they needed a neutral voice, a voice that Ghanaians could listen, they took you to UPSC. Or the one Babu Baria was launching this. What's the name? The manifesto.
Yeah.
You went there and hurriedly made a statement that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a man of destiny. Hey! President Kufo, you went into your archives and brought this word, and I said, no, this couldn't be. Sometimes in our culture, I say you can't, in the open, tell the adult that this is wrong. But the first time I told him that it was wrong. You see, we must begin to let people understand that when we respect you because we feel that there are certain things that you have seen that we are yet to see. So you have experience of that. But there are certain things too that the young ones could see. That is a no, Papa, you are wrong. He didn't end it there. Of the 12 candidates, when the elections of 2024 was so tense that we thought that it could result in chaos, and that when it becomes chaotic, we will need an elderly person who would then behave as a statesman to calm this. He came and said that Bawumia was the best amongst all the candidates. I said, that was what brought Alan Fury. You remember that incident?
I remember.
What is it? What is it? Now fast forward today, and this is the first time. This is not the first time he's complaining after the election. So, you know, recently the commissioned what the NPP ideologue or something.
He was invited, but he was invited.
You saw how he gave it to the party. He gave it to them proper. In fact, that speech, if you listen and summarize it carefully, all that he was saying, he was signing out of the party. That you have collapsed the party, you are done with it. What else do you expect me to do?
Yeah. But even with yesterday's commentary, it's telling of how, of course, he was trying to point out the fact that if care is not taken, the MPP will be in a position for a very long time, because he was giving account of 69, and then came all the way to 2001 or something when he brought the party to power. You get the point. So he was saying that, Masa,
he knows he's only preparing the grounds that when he exits the scene,
that's the end.
What do you mean exit?
No, but he's a mortal human being.
But he will die. When he dies,
that these voices will be there.
No, I thought he meant let the party.
You understand?
No, he's making a very valid. Listen to it.
These voices will be there. That Kufo said it before leaving. But even know President Kufo very well. His priority is always the MPP. He would never come public. But now he has seen that it's all over for the party. So let me give you the sound bites for tomorrow. That's what he's doing. It's at a point of no return. The party is gone. You see, when you say people think that you just hate the MPP, it is gone. So I mean, you see where he made this statement.
Yeah.
What was the occasion? Brian had gone to him to solicit for his blessing. That was all to it all. And Brian wanted to, Brian wanted to get that endorsement. So he took journalists there. He was on camera awaiting endorsement.
It's all.
You understand?
So look.
He decided to ignore that and finish the career of the whole party, including the person sitting out there. How is it that he's supposed to be a member of the National Council? National Council is supposed to have taken a decision to go and do what? Top-down elections. That's the case.
Can you imagine?
He's one of the 2 surviving former presidents within the party. I haven't heard President Akufo-Addo say he wasn't there. So how come you sideline Akufo? And like Riley put it, and that is what the summary of what he said, that I am not retarded.
It's a sound mind.
I'm of sound mind. I've not gotten to that age.
He doesn't have cognitive impairment.
But when you needed him to make that declaration, you brought him from the top, the mountains there, in his wheelchair to come and say that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the man of destiny. So I blame him for. I blame him. He should not come and play the victim's role now because he allowed it. He allowed it. A lot of people who have left the NPP, his support base, I'm telling you, Kufuor support base. Some of us, we could kill ourselves for Kufuor. I'm telling you. But I withdrew my support immediately from 2017 coming. I said, no. It's not good enough. It's as though Akufo-Addo has been handed the property of the NPP to do whatever pleased him.
But Akufo-Addo himself said it. I mean, there was a tape that was circulating in which the point was made that the New Patriotic Party was the bona fide property of the Dankwabuzia people.
How did that
and that you know, Akufo-Addo was going to take over the party and make sure that, you know, after his exit there won't be any NPP.
Didn't you? Yeah, I think I heard something. Yes, you're right. So I blame him.
Yes.
It's too late in the day. People complain of the very things that he's now complaining. He sat down without doing anything. Look, go and ask him. Even his entitlements were not being paid by President Akufo-Addo. Go and ask him. From the same party, his entitlements were not being paid. He kept quiet. There are other things I don't want to say.
Say them. Please.
You understand?
Say everything.
He has been molested. They don't respect him. They could go to a meeting at Peguasi Lodge. They won't even pass by to say hello. They don't mind him. Go and ask President Kufuor's position on E-levy.
Wait. Peguasi Lodge is just
just the opposite. They won't even go and say hi.
Are you serious?
Who respected him in the Akufo-Addo's administration?
Are you serious? Just a street.
I said go and ask President Kufuor's view on the E-levy.
Oh my God.
He had warned that they shouldn't implement the E-levy. Who will listen to him?
Oh no, this is not good.
Who are you? Who warned us?
This is not good.
So it is coming too late. It's unfortunate that someone who has been part of the pillars of this party, the first person to have won election after Buzia, and mind you, Buzia was overthrown because of the recalcitrant nature of President Akufo-Addo's father and Ken Ofori-Atta's father. You know, President Akufo-Addo's father was a ceremonial president, and Ken's father was a finance minister. They mismanaged the country like what they did.
But that's exactly, history has repeated itself.
You see, that's why you don't take history for granted. They have messed it up. The one that messed the economy up, President Akufo-Addo, where is he? He's left the country. He doesn't want to even talk about NPP matters anymore.
Bawumia is still here.
Bawumia.
He's still here.
But so look, what because I think it's important for us to understand that democracy thrives on the multiplicity of political actors and players.
Yes.
And the most important recognition perhaps is in relation to the existence and the survival of the NPP over the period, because the NPP as a political party has managed to checkmate the NDC over the period from 1992 till date, right? Because if you look at all the other smaller political parties, really they all have their branches, you know, in other political parties.
Yes.
I mean, we don't say that as the truth.
Yes.
That, you know, they appear as though they are independent political parties, but in the final analysis, you see them supporting one party or the other, all right, and sometimes they go into election because of pecuniary interest.
Yes.
So the MPP has been a formidable opposition to, checkmate the NDC.
Yes.
Now, given your current assessment of the political party,
yes.
right, and given the kind of political architecture that we have as a country, which is our reliance on duopoly.
Yes.
How do we ensure that we checkmate NDC? And I'm asking, it's a deliberate question that I've asked you.
I know, but the point is that there has to be another part. You have to ask yourself, NDC came to meet CPP.
Yeah.
You know, when we were entering into a fourth Republican dispensation, everyone, those that were of age had known the existence of CPP. So you ask yourself, how is it that the NDC was able to come and then out of that CPP collapsed?
Yeah.
If you bring in another party with serious minds, with people who are ready to work with the principles, the ideals, the constitution, people of integrity, that is what this country is lacking now.
True.
If you bring people of integrity, I'm telling you, the masses, they are not zombies. So if you know what happened at Ablekuma North, if you know the last election, what happened at Okakwe South, where I vote, in Okakwe South, we don't ask who won elections. We ask what was the difference between the NDC and the MPP. A deficit of more than 30,000, the NDC was able to turn it into about 15,000. It should tell you something that it's not as though the people love the NDC that much. That's also another mistake my brothers in the NDC are making. They are only looking for credible alternative. You understand?
And I think it was evidently axiomatic during the campaign.
Yes!
Because people were saying that we are scared of voting for Alan because it's an independent candidate. He doesn't have a party. They said it. They told me that, listen, where the country has gotten to now, let's just sack the MP.
Yes.
But we don't want to risk it because we might vote for Alan.
That was it.
That was the point. I'm telling you the truth. That's what
the Ghanaian is tired of
these
two parties. Take it from me.
Yeah.
But they seem not to have that.
The confidence.
The confidence, the third. So you need that branding of a third party. Because as it is now, and even what happened at Ablekuma North only last Friday, credence.
True.
Ablekuma North, that MPP is struggling. I looked at the polling stations that were outstanding.
Beyond the fact that MPP is struggling, it's also what was evidently clear in the conduct of the election itself. Because look, I have engaged with a lot of NDC guys who are very and still very appalled by how some of the security apparatus conduct themselves.
That is village life. 21st century. Someone you dive like a butterfly and go and headbutt. The last time
I was told it was a sky train.
I couldn't believe it. No, you see, we must eschew this violent behavior.
No, it's very backward.
What is this?
Very backward.
Election.
We are going to come there.
No, but
conclude on President Kufuor's.
So President Kufuor, let me say that I once loved this. I love him as a human being. Let me be frank. He's a you love him when you engage him.
I met him several times. He's such a nice man.
He's deep. But I dare say that the sort of politics he did post his presidency was nothing, it was much to be there. He didn't do well. He is the reason that Akufo-Addo was embodied. He is the reason. Akufo-Addo was never part of those that struggled for the MPP. Because of his deeds in 1979 with his uncle, what's the name? What's the name of his uncle? The one that went to UNC.
Yes. William
Oforiatta. So when we came, the MPP was formed, he was even afraid. He was not attending meetings.
He was a CPP member.
Of course, yes.
So you should know that.
So how could he have come to capture this party? Hey! I couldn't believe it. And it is because he thought that President Kufuor would call him to order. He couldn't. And he had destroyed the party. So the timing of your call is too late. Suffer it. And let's move on.
Dr. Mazu, the timing of President Kufuor's call in Solo's estimation is too late. He must deal with the excesses that he himself superintended over.
Well, nothing is too late as long as life continues. Nothing is too late.
But haven't you noticed, have you paused to look at the kind of deterioration that we are seeing in the MPP?
Yes.
Because look, I'll be very honest with you. If you looked at the MPP pre-Kufuor and even post-Kufuor, right? But pre-Ekufuor, in fact, even first Ekufuor, you could attest to the involvement of academia, you know, the elites in society. People were naturally gravitating towards the MPP. In fact, most NDC guys had resigned and joined the MPP because it looked very attractive. Well, some, not most. Looked very attractive. Sorry. Looked very attractive. And, you know, it appeared that they had the fortitude to withstand all the political pressures, etc. So a lot of guys, you know, had joined. People who were afraid to openly make declarations in relation to their political support or their support for the political party did so under the. But right now, it appears we're not seeing that, and that's very injurious, you know, to the democracy that we have elected to operate.
Yeah, that's true. But let me say that what is happening to MPP is an indication of tyranny in an institution of liberty. When you present yourself as an institution of liberty, but refuse to accept the ideals of liberty, definitely you'll be showcasing tyranny. And that is exactly what we are witnessing here. Once again, let me repeat that before the election 2025, I had made on so many occasions on this platform that MPP had two things to break. Break the eight or break the party.
You said it. You said it.
You understand that?
You said it.
And today, unfortunately, they haven't been able to break the eight. And unfortunately, again, they are on the verge of breaking the party. La samahullah, may God forbid. Because you have made a statement that MPP is a formidable party, and we need it to showcase our credentials of multi-party democracy. We need it. No one, even NDC, should need the presence of MPP, and that is why we are concerned. But MPP is definitely on the verge of breaking the eight, the party. And I'm sorry.
You mean breaking it into 8 pieces?
Maybe more than 8 pieces. Maybe more than 8 pieces. And I'm sorry, they still have the opportunity to correct themselves. Look, Kufuor and Nana Akufo-Addo did not start their antagonistic behavior today. It started a long time. Long time. Long time. I think, look, when Kufuor, when Nana Akufo-Addo was the spokesperson of Professor Buhari, yes. Kufuor had a different camp. You know it. You understand that? ABA saying, my elder brother ABA saying, and I was supporting for free press, and he was supporting for graphic. Yes. We were on board the same vehicle that carried us to Sinyuan. The 98, where Kufuor won the. We're there. You understand that? So that thing did not start today, but it was managed. Very well managed. I think it deteriorated, and I like the word deterioration. It deteriorated when Nana became the presidential candidate and lost the election. Remember, yes. some leaders, some party members loyal to Nana even threatened to attack Kufuor. Ali Mahama, may his soul rest in peace, went to the Electoral Commission. When they went and besieged the Electoral Commission, Ali Mahama went there in solidarity, and the same MPP boys threatened to attack him, just to showcase their love for Akufo-Addo, because Ali Mahama was associated with Kufuor. You understand that? So it deteriorated there. But then let me also say that yes, we cannot blame Kufuor alone. I think we need to blame the entire leadership of MPP. Look, the days of Darucha, and then the former Speaker of Parliament.
Okay.
No, not Marco Kwe, the guy. former speaker of whose son is in Alajete, Peter Alajete. I mean, those days. Yes. These were men.
They could speak their mind to you.
Yes, Peter Alajete, Darucha, Jacob Echelamte, and J.H. Mensah. These were people who could speak their mind. In fact, they could speak. They had voices, especially Darucha.
So that's why
Darucha could call everybody to order. You understand that?
Even MPNIMs.
MPNIM and the rest. But at a point, I'm sorry to say this, at a point, the party, the leadership, and that's why I agree with you, but I want to extend that argument. The argument is not Kufuor, but the entire leadership of the tradition. You see, I'm sorry to say that. At a point, the entire leadership of the party, after the death of those people, the Daruches, the Peter Alajetes, the MKNIMs, and those people, allowed one man, and that is Akufo-Addo,
he has come to destroy. He has destroyed
to become a monarch within a constitutional democratic institution, and that was the beginning of the deterioration of NPP.
What caused it? You see, because it's like, I'm so sorry. Yes. It's like the MPP from Akufo-Addo behaved like amoeba.
Yes.
Taking the shape, amoeba, whatever they call it, taking the shape of the then NDC, you recall? Yes. Because, no, Massa, please, that's the truth. Because the NDC was seen as a violent political party. And MPP at the time thought that the only way they could match the NDC, was to become violent as well. But at the time when they were metamorphosing to becoming a violent political party, the NDC had taken the shape of an elitist, so to speak, even though they still had elements of grassroots participation in the political party. So that was diametrically opposed to that which they thought they were going to face. And perhaps that is what led to the deterioration and that Akufo-Addo.
No,
die, making some of these comments, etc., recruiting Delta forces and all visible forces and all those things.
You see, maybe that's another perspective.
Okay.
That could be another perspective. But my point of argument here is that the entire leadership of the party should be blamed for allowing one person to take the party as his personal property and to insult and degrade any other leader. Today, Kufuor, in fact, I sympathize with him because especially when he said that he was not suffering from any cognitive decline. Very, very instructive. He was not suffering from cognitive decline. People, elsewhere you go and mention Kufuor and he's nobody. Nobody. And let me tell you, as it is today, I'm telling you, my brother, don't be deceived into thinking that the party has a collective leadership. The party has an individualistic leadership. It's very selfish. Look, if you are not aligned to that particular leadership, you are nobody in that party. And I want to believe that has even led to the formation of the movement.
When it's becoming a political
yes. You cannot, you see, Alan is a gentleman. We all know he's incorruptible, he's good, he's very calm, and he had suffered disrespect, disdain in that party for a very long time. So he couldn't take it anymore. He had to move. Look, they have been people, very respectful people within the party who have been maltreated by non-entities in the party.
Hold on to that thought. Yes, I like the way you ended it. I'm going for this commercial break. When I come back, you continue. Stay with us. It's still the News Private segment here on Pan-African Television with me, Kwame, in Sudan. So quick commercial break.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Accra, man. Lagos day, oh. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, sir. I hope my money is also on the way. Oh.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
Daddy is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Here, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PAPS and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. I mean, when you follow President Ikeje, your BP will come up, your BP will rise, and I don't want to follow Prince because there's not a single political party in this country that doesn't have
history of violence. So why must you justify MPPs?
I am saying that within the fourth Republican dispensation, we've only had the unfortunate benefit of experiencing two political parties.
Are you saying that Ayawaso West were gone, for example? Yes, because of NDC.
But PDA,
you know that there's also a history of violence associated. Please proceed. No, proceed. You see, Prince, and I thought he would not do that today because his daughter is here.
I need permission from His Royal Highness. Am I permitted? All right, so you realize that the man is now suffering, and everybody is suffering. You see, when I mentioned in an entity, maltreating a well-established person, simply because, you know the qualification for doing that? My association with Nana Akufo-Addo, that's it, nothing more, nothing less. So when such things happen in a political party, definitely it is bound to suffer a kind of deterioration. But let no one deceive you into thinking that the MPP is dead. No, not at all. And this should also, what is happening to MPP should be a lesson to NDC.
They've started.
It should be a lesson to NDC. Yes, MPP may remain in opposition for a long time, but NDC will not remain in government till thy kingdom come. Forever, no, it will not happen. MPP may remain in opposition for a long time, but NDC cannot remain in government forever. Ours is multi-party democracy, and there will definitely be a party, either MPP or any other third force, that will challenge the existence of NDC. Yes. So my advice to NDC is to learn constructively, because you can learn destructively. They should learn constructively. Yes, from what is happening to MPs.
Burning bridges, and creating the impression that, you know, when you win, power is absolute. And therefore you can do as you please and as you will.
Yes.
To the neglect of the very people who gave you the opportunity to come and lead.
And they must refrain from that. They must rather build bridges and dismantle the barriers.
Thank you.
You know, when you win, you don't mount barriers. You mount bridges.
I was surprised.
Yes.
That just 7 months, 8 months ago.
Yes.
You know, the battalion that were in the trenches with the squadrons, they were very close, they fought the battles together, but in every battle there are people who are given the medallions because they perhaps, you know, led the strategy. But the fact that you have been given the medallions does not negate the fact that the contribution of the squadrons to the success of the army Must not at all. So it is important. You know, but it appears, because you see, I have been, and I'm just making this point in reference to this brilliant, beautiful minded submission that you are making.
Thank you.
That the NDC must draw some lessons from the current MPP's conduct.
Sure.
You see, it is a sanctimonious point that you have made. Very sacred.
Thank you.
You know, but it appears that they are not listening. They are so full of themselves. Some of them, not all of them, please. Some of them, very full of themselves, especially the young ones. Hey, they have arrived.
Isn't it, if you consider, if you consider the dynamics of politics, right? It is not surprising that some of them are behaving that way. But let me also say that
those ones that we groomed up.
Yes. No, it's not surprising. It's not surprising because it is part of the dynamics of Ghana's democratic politics. Yeah. But then let me also say that all is not lost because it's still too early. I'm telling you, in the next 2 years, some of them will be refined.
Oh, yes.
Some of them will leave that will be sacked.
Yes.
They will either be refined or be disciplined.
Yes.
You understand that? So they will change their behavior. So after the 2 years, if the entire structure, the entire system, the entire government continues to move in that direction, then of course they are building their own graveyard. Okay. And I don't pray that it happens. I strongly believe that we need any political party or any political actor to sanitize democratic governance in this country and to enhance the quality of good governance in this country. And no political party can do it alone. If you do it alone, then you are reducing the multi-party democratic system to one party, and that is not good for Ghanaians. So let me end by advising the MPP and NDC, fellow Ghanaians in MPP and fellow Ghanaians in NDC. It is not too late for any of you to refine your behavior and act in line with the good principles of democratic governance and the aspiration of the good people of the Republic of Ghana. MPP should know that it has a battle to fight, and the battle is not even against NDC. It is a battle within. The battle of behavioral refinery, the battle of collectivism rather than individualism, the battle of love, the battle of unity. NDC has a huge lesson to learn from the negative experiences of MPP. And in the end, the whole Republic of Ghana will benefit.
I thank you very sincerely. I think that one of the things that perhaps President J in his submission must look at is that the 21st century Ghanaian has become very aware of their surroundings, have become very aware of politics and what it should mean for the generality of the Ghanaian people. And this point must be rehashed, emphasized and re-emphasized. Because it appears that, and I heard something somewhere where allegedly one of the appointees was being very disrespectful to some of my colleagues because when he was asked, that friend of mine works for a TV station that's aligned to the NDC. And then they said, but when we were in opposition, it was difficult getting sector ministers to come and speak to specific matters on our platforms. Now we are in power, and it's still extremely difficult getting sector ministers to come and speak on specific matters on our platform. Whereas those sector ministers are now going on the so-called big stations. Okay? Exactly. No, I'm just saying the so-called big stations. But the argument is that when you go there, you take the eyeballs there. So, like for instance, Solomon Owusu is the minister for, let's say, Interior. Then Solo will go on another platform. When Solo is going, because of the following that he has, I mean, reading the comments here, people are saying, no, we've tuned in because of Solo. Some people are saying they've tuned in because of Solo. So what it means is that when Solo comes on Pan-African television, Solo is bringing the views. When Solo goes on another platform, Solo is taking the views there. It doesn't necessarily mean that that platform is better. If Solo were to come here, he would bring me the views, and the station will expand. Absolutely. So that is another problem. And I am seeing this thing play out again, because in MPP, a similar thing happened. In MPP, some people were very, if you like, very opposed to the idea of building stations that were aligned to them. Another problem that I had in MPP, or in fact that the MPP faced when they were in power, was the arrogance, you know, and their failure to admit, when pointed out to them, of the inaccuracies in most of the things that they did. And they approached it with some resistance, as though you hated them. You know, that when you identify that, oh, this is a problem, so we want to advise you, no, what are you talking about? Defense mechanism. Now we've seen it, we are telling them, and they are not listening. Some, not all. Prince, President Kufuor is saying he is not retarded. I mean, that's all that it means. He's not retarded. He is not impaired cognitively. He is able to reason. You know, and he even made the point.
The giant.
Yeah, he made the point that I'm not at the stage where when you give me food and you ask me about eating, I'll say no, I've not eaten. He made that point.
Yeah, that is true.
So clearly, you know, but this is, in the estimation of Dr. Mazouk, a problem of MPP's inability to reconcile their internal matters and the inability of the party to, you know, appreciate where they are in terms of, if you like, party cohesion, and also in terms of the negative roles which were played by some leaders of the party when Nana Koku took over, and completely decimated the party. Is that, in fact, it decimated the party. Praise. And again, what lessons should the NDC learn? Let me go for this quick commercial break, I'm told. When I come back, I'll give you the floor to expand your argument, and then we can proceed with the show. Quick commercial break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Come in. Lagos day, oh. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way. Oh.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money joins.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PABs and how to get started, call toll free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
From that quick, beautiful commercial break from Ghana Commercial Bank, you're still watching the news province of Ben here on Pan-African Television with me, Kwame Osunan. So, President Rejay, I'm coming to you now. You've already listened to the questions. I spoke at length. I don't want to interject you. Please proceed.
Very well. I would speak to first what I can confirm. Okay. I always like to speak to things I can confirm. President Kufuor, as a former president, who in the Fourth Republic was the first to have brought the MPP into the presidency. It's not on sound mind, at least as I can confirm, without any medical record. So I can agree with him that his cognitive mind is fine. because he remembered something I did to him a long time ago. Yes.
I know.
You did to him?
Yes.
When you invaded the office with your gun, I'm going to run.
No. He attempted to overthrow the constitution. Took over land that belonged to the Osu people, not the La people, the Osu people. Just like Akufo-Addo has stolen land that belongs to the Osu people for a national cathedral and gifted it to a company that today is telling the President of the Republic of Ghana and the sovereign people of Ghana that despite what the President says, they, as a board, will not allow. What nonsense. What absolute nonsense. Anyway, President Koku at the time was trying to implement the Amendments Committee report that was to his benefit, which should have been done by his successor, that's the next president. During his presidency, we resisted that for a variety of reasons. One, because it was unconstitutional. Two, because he had put a clause in there that when he dies, that land should go to his family so that his family will not be destitute, implying that he was getting freehold of the land. And if we had allowed that to be the case, he, together with his vice president, were supposed to get that facility. And not long after that, other presidents would do the same. And long after that, ministers would do the same. DCs would do the same, and so on and so forth. And then there'll be no land left that would not be freehold. So what happens to the people? We would have been landless. And on principle, we decided to stop him. And we did. When his wife died, and that's why I was surprised that the Akufo-Addo people could go to Peduase Lodge. I know his house at Peduase. Most people think he lives at the one... No, I'm talking of President Kofu. Most people think he lives at the airport.
No, just opposite the Peduase.
He's just opposite Peduase Lodge. We went there. In fact, I was part of... No, I'm just saying for the benefit of the viewers. I was part of the Arise Ghana delegation that went to commiserate with him during his wife's passing, when they had the 1 week observation. When we're introduced and we're shaking, when they got to my turn, he looked at me in the face. I thought the man was angry.
Through the fist.
No, he did not. No, he's a gentleman. He's not just a gentle giant, he was a gentleman. He remembered. He remembered, and he made a comment. I will share it on there. But he remembered. And so I know that if the man can remember something way back 2008, how many years now?
70 years.
Yes, he can remember vividly. Maybe it's a pain that he can't forgo. But he wasn't angry. His brother was there. And I didn't know that this gentleman, the agric minister, was actually his brother.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know. That was the day I got to find out. Because the family was introduced to us. And wow, I was like, whoa. Anyway, now, you see, yes, this is brother.
From different mother. From different
same mother, different father.
Yes. So, I mean, so I can confirm that he's got his cognitive mind fine. And then also that the proximity to the Peduase Lodge is also accurate. And so I can agree with Solo and Magzuk that the MPP have not treated him fairly.
No.
Judging from where he has come from. And he represents the soul of the Ashanti MPP. Because look, the MPP's antecedents, we know. It was built out of a number of political parties of tribal origin. There was the NLM, that's the one that's the Bafo Akoto, that's the Ochami for the Asantehene founded. Together with the Gashifi Mokbe and all those bad boys around town. Yes. And then the MPP, this in the Northern People's Party, that's the MPP. Yes, that's the Dombo that they have. But they sidelined Dombo before Kufuor. So Kufuor's complaint comes after other people have been sidelined. Right. And I think it is important. Yes. They only come and pick the Dombo when they want to win an election. Yeah. They need to rally the Northerners. They come, hey, Dombo. They'll say Dankwa Buzia. Never Dombo. So there's been that. Listen, so they say.
Yeah, the Buzia part is missing.
Yes. And then now Dankwa Institute, under Akufo-Addo, Dankwa Institute, and they made it the ideological center of the NPP.
That's why they've launched a new ideological
Thank you. Now, in addition to that, the Danko Institute was now made in charge of national security.
Yes.
The NIB, if you are not, and you're not. And then NSC. Yes.
Came from
then the finances of the country, the finances, the soul of the soul of the country was captured. That's the state capture with the Dankwa family issue. And that's the Achim mafia taking over the finances. And then they took over not just the Bank of Ghana by sacking people. They took over the SEC, that's the SEC. They took over all the insurance business and everything. That is what Akufo-Addo did to Ghana. But before he did that, before he was able to do that, he had to launch his coup in the NPP. And that's what my brother was attesting to. That's the sacking of Kwabena Japan and others. And they used tags, the Delta Force, etc. And if you remember, there was a report by one of the NPP people to the Nima police station. That thing never saw the light of day. The Nima police station is next to his house. And Akufo-Addo was the one who was not only the beneficiary, but actually supported and sponsored. And we had those people. These same tags are the ones who were seen in the viral video of Rastus. Yeah. When the Galamsey thing was on. Yeah. So, I'm waiting for the day that the Professor from Batson report will be implemented and the arrests will begin. And I've said to you, there will be by-elections. They will touch all parties, it may touch some independents. But it won't be anyone who goes to the support of anyone. Because look, we are dying in this country. We are dying. Look, there is death out there.
We are already.
I'm telling you, there's disease out there. So why are we doing this ourselves? And much of this was pretended by Akufo-Addo, who put in a law, the LI, to allow for this nonsense. And then they turn around in opposition to come and put pressure that why have you not stopped our law? Nonsense. Nonsense. But the law is going to be overturned. Now back to Kufuor and his sadness. I weep for any group that, is in a political space that is not getting to full maturation. Reason being that we live in one Ghana. Whatever happens in the NPP will certainly have repercussions on other parts of, the political space. Sure. So, for example, why should I be happy NPP is weak? Yes, NPP should be weak in Parliament so that the president will have the opportunity to leave the legacy that he wants to have. This president wants to leave a legacy, and so he's helping us to reshape our country through a constitutional review process. He's trying to reset the economy using the 24-hour economy. He's trying to reset the agricultural base of this country. He's trying to reshape the energy and every other aspect. In fact, we fully support, and I believe when I say we, I'm speaking for the Ghanaians that I've heard speak so far, that we believe that Ghana must be reset. And I want to see a Ghana that is reset on all fronts, whether it's the judiciary, the EC, and any other, including even the NPP and the NDC. So I take on board your complaint about appointees who are not, as it were, either picking phone calls or not aligning properly with people that they fought in the trenches with, including especially media houses who supported in various ways, including, as you put it, grooming some of them and so on. I think that my fellow NDC appointees and young brothers, please, mend your ways whilst there's time. The ants, slag it. Please, don't and be wise. So please, on that note, I want to also indicate that I think that it is very clear that when people misbehave, at least you have a very strong chief of staff who is able to, as it were, do the needful. And I'm sure he watches this because I know he does. We have a president who is not only media savvy, but this station is a very important one to most people. And I'm sure they've heard and they'll do the needful. On that note, I would like to say that to the NPP, you are a dying party, we know. And you know. You have dwindling numbers in Parliament, and it will dwindle further. I don't foresee a single digit, but it will get close at the rate at which they are going to go. When the corruption starts, the corruption trial starts, and people are arrested, prosecuted, and jailed, about half of the 888 will go. That's what 44. Professor Frimpong Boateng will take off at least 6. That brings us to what? 40. And counting. So look, MPP, please do the needful and respect the few people who can give you advice. Even bad advice is good. Even bad advice is good. Bad experience. Look, NDC or the current administration has the benefit of a president who has gone through the mill from assemblyman through to MP, deputy minister, vice president, acting president, president, and then re-elected as president. That is just one. We have formidable people. And very soon, just like they are jockeying, these people are jockeying for positions at their flag bearership. It won't be long before NDC starts. And I want to say that we have too many people too. And so nobody should push us into trying to start polls on who is going to be the next president. Give the president space to administer the country. When the time comes, when his legacy is all said and done, those people who supported him, some of whose names are coming up and all that, will be in a better state to give the movement, and it will be a movement. The John Dramani movement. JDM. It's a movement. JDM what? Movement. It's a movement. So I beg of them, please, let's focus on the work at hand. The MPPs jockeying for positions manifested at Ablikman North. And everybody did. And so Brian Achampong's plea with... No, let me land on that note. So Brian Achampong's plea to President Kufuor, which was shot down with the bazooka, it's actually just because Kennedy and what's his name, Baumia were fighting over MPs and DCs. That race was gone. They were fighting over Ablikman North, who was donating, and so he thought it was a smart move to go for former only to be shot down. So Brian, go back to your hotel. That one too, we have taken it to Brian, worry.
Inherent in all the submissions today is the fact that political power does not mean or should not mean political control. And so when you are given the opportunity to serve, it is service to the very people who gave you the mandate to serve them. And this thing about, people ignoring you for the first part of their administration, or maybe the first 2-3 years, and then the latter part of their term, then they find a way of coming back to the people. I think people have seen through that.
It played out.
It played out in Ablikman.
Somebody told Ekwefree.
Yeah.
They said when they helped you to become the MP, we didn't see you.
Yes.
Now, the second time you were made the deputy ambassador to China. You left them.
Yes.
That was what they were saying on the ground. Because I was thinking that she was going to campaign based on issues that when I was the MP,
I did this, I
did that. Yeah. But she was rather saying I was a widow.
Yes.
You would think we are going to do widow business?
She said she's a widow and they showed her the window.
So I mean, we are laughing on the show today.
But that's it.
Flowing from her defeat, arising out of her failure of dealing decisively with matters relative to a
matters based upon which she herself was
absolutely. So it is important, and this is why I'm saying that this business about thinking the Ghanaian people are foolish and therefore we won't mind them getting to the latter part, then we will come start campaigning.
I told the MP for my area, the new NDC guy.
So they should be very careful.
He has barely organized any meeting the constituents. You see, MPs must understand that you can't just go to Parliament and do things on your own. Yeah. You are representing human beings.
So I won't take the wind out of your sail.
Yes.
But just to emphasize the point that you made, I wrote a manifesto. In fact, I drafted a manifesto for somebody. I don't want to mention his name. When he wanted to become the member of Parliament, right? We did everything together. I gave him ideas. I gave him plans. I even spoke about community cohesion.
Yes.
Where every common fund that you get, you can decide. The community will meet, like you are saying, I called it the community parliament. Yes, I called it the community parliament, where you bring reps from NDC, reps from NPP, religious leadership, the youth. You come together, and then they will tell you, the MP, what they want.
Absolutely.
And how to go about it. So the common fund is ostensibly was to ensure that it provided the funding to support that which the people needed. So the idea was, okay, so in this maybe Nyohili or whatever. We need Nyohili. Maybe we need borehole, right? They will decide.
Yes, they have to.
That in Nyohili we need borehole. You MP go and.
Are you giving us a clue as to who the MP is by the Nyohili?
No, but where is Nyohili at?
Oh, Mani is, I think it falls within Tamale South.
So it's not that's not the MP.
Tamale South or Tamale
That's not the MP.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
Yes. Tamale South.
He started nicely. Got to the point, abandoned, and then lost the subsequent. But the point I'm trying to make is that politics is about participation.
Of course.
And inclusivity.
Yes.
When people feel they are a part of something, they hold on to it and they run with it. So let people feel a part of the system. That's it.
Replace that with monetization.
No.
So they are not.
Charlie, the money they will go take them.
Then they want to go and pump money in there to buy the conscience of the people.
Absolutely.
How? Why must we entertain such a concept?
Absolutely. So a word to the wise is in.
And the voters too, we must advise them that look, when they take you for granted, vote against them.
Bro, they are wise, so they will take your money and vote against you. The voters will take your money and vote against you.
Don't let people take you for a ride. That these places are stronghold, these places are strong. Who made that place a stronghold for anybody?
Yeah. So let me read a few messages. Charlie, the conversation today has been very exciting. Okay, let me read the text first, and then this Ablekuma, whatever, we have to discuss it. Because the violence that happened there is very primeval.
Yes.
We don't have to condone such nonsense. Well, the president has a huge responsibility to reset. Everybody knows that the president has a huge responsibility to reset. We all know that. What are you talking about? We elect leaders to come and work. We don't elect them to come for honeymoon and holidays. So this thing about the president has reset. But why? You don't want the president to reset so that the country will be better, so that we can have good schools, good hospitals, good roads. As if the president is doing us a favor. No leader in this country is doing you and I a favor. In fact, we have done them a favor.
Absolutely.
So please, let's begin to look at it like that. And all things will change. And I made me NDC, we are me day. No. Me MPP, we are me. Oh, Massa, why? We are Ghanaians first.
You will drain that black.
When Ghana burns, there won't be any political party. So please, let's do the needful. All right. Well, the president has a huge responsibility to reset. The minority leader and his cohorts have no moral right to talk about the cycle of political violence. Again, you see the ignorance in the text. Ignorance in the text. You see from Accra. You see, I love you so much. You know I love you. But this text. Well, but he says former president has himself to blame. He sat by and allowed the rot to fester. Too late for his cry. Again. All right. Ken, good morning. Kwame. The violence in Ablekuma is unwarranted and unacceptable, but it's equally unpardonable to deploy unarmed police to violence-prone areas after witnessing mayhem in Ayawaso, Sefi, Techiman, and Ablekuma in the recent past. This is what happens when laymen are made to head ministries where they have no expertise. Government must revise its notes and stop putting square pegs in round holes. Since we cannot continue to gamble with the security of the state like this, we are encouraging hooliganism, and that may lead to insurgents.
Is the person expecting armed policemen at the police station?
Good morning to you, Kwame. Yes, you are doing well, but please limit the frequency at which you take the floor so that we can hear more. Now, other panelists know. So I can't share my views.
We are panelists.
David from Teshi. You see, I am not your regular host, so you should understand that. I'm not the regular host who come and sit and.
Text, I get it. They said, yeah, we are panelists.
Oh, Massa.
They said, they said would you read it?
The guy said I've hijacked the show. I started hijacking the show since I became Alan's running mate. Good morning to you, Pan African TV.
This one is your constituency member.
MPP's party is the party that doesn't respect Ghanaians. NDC is not like that. In this world, everything is respect. Without respect, you have lost your dignity. Abena Pukiaka said, let people feel part of the system. Thank you, Kwame. Politics is about participation and inclusivity, as said. That our system deliver this, well, Good morning to you, KO. Blackman North violence is minor as compared to Ayawaso West Wogon. Wow. Where some people were crippled, shot at, and beaten with impunity, some small justice was done for the aggrieved. So that should end it. No one should be allowed to cross constituency in the name of election again. Musa from Tamale sent in this one. Good morning to Pan African TV and your panel. The two major political parties are the same in terms of sidelines. NDC and the MPP are the same. Come to the grassroots, you will be sorry for yourself. The NDC old cadres have been neglected since 2020 from Amos in Asim Fosu. Good morning, sir. Please, police should never disperse crowds with bare hands. They should use canes or rubber bullets. Hey, my brother Prince Minka is calling me this morning. Praise, I'm on TV.
Prince Minka is where is he now?
Goldboard. He's the
Sami Jeffries.
Yes, Sami Jeffries. He's doing very well.
Sami doing.
Praise, I'm on TV. I'll call you back. I'm on TV. I'll call you back. All right. Dear KOD, let me first salute Solomon Owusu, always submitting brilliant, cogent, and objectivity on the violence that characterized the rerun of Ablekuma North constituency, and what was meted out to Hawa Kumsin was avoidable, but Hawa Kumsin deserves what happened to her. This woman whose hallmark is violence and has visited mayhem on innocent people. Some died and others maimed. But because her government was in power, nothing happened to her. No tears for Hawa Kumsin. Let me end my message by urging Echi Mahama to, as a matter of urgency, declare a state of emergency on water bodies and forest reserves, as the degradation of our environment is incalculable. But overall, I'm excited by the government's sterling performance in almost all spheres of the economy. Good morning to you for a good job. Charles Echampon Sefi Hunjibre in Western North region. Masa, me ba Western North, me top board there. The top board there. I say board there in Western North. The messages are a lot too.
You want to discuss?
That's my problem now.
So let's just do 1 minute of that.
I also. Dr. Mazur, let me start with you. Hey, sorry. Who are I also say I'm Ablekuma North. Dr. Mazur, let me start with you.
Wait, are you there?
So, no.
Why is Ablekuma North?
Part of
you want to start because you were there. Maybe he wants to start.
It's big.
He wants to start because
please start.
I didn't say.
I just thought that we could deal with it expeditiously because of time.
Please go ahead.
Well, okay. It was not all chaotic. At least the places I was at, I didn't see any chaos. And I'm not discounting the chaos because I've seen videos of the Ghana Airways flights DC 106 hitting Hawa Kumsin in there. That guy, Charlie, he should be a poll voter. Because without a poll, he was able to. It's serious. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. On a serious note, I think also that we must conduct searches. The pepper spray that was used on people who were there, including policemen and media persons, was not necessary. That shows the premeditation that people arrive at police stations with, whether to protect themselves or to unleash violence in itself. I saw also the deputy national organizer of the NPP being whipped. After, in fact, he was beaten mercilessly. I was scared for him.
Who's the guy with the
Batakari?
Yeah. He's the deputy.
Yes. It was so bad. It was MPP and MPP violence.
So MPP guys beating?
MPP, in fact, most of the violence that happened was MPP on MPP. In fact, the police station where I was at, one of the MPP stalwarts, one of the MPP stalwarts told me, he told me that
if you don't drop the money,
he said, no. One of them told me that Hawa Kumsin wants to be women organizer. Ooh. And you see, when we are a women organizer, you must be seen as macho. So he believes very strongly that Hawa Kumsin was going to get herself beaten so that she can become a living matter to win political power. So I wasn't surprised that not long after, because there was peace. before Hawa Kumsin came. And then Hawa Kumsin invited trouble onto herself. So, and that's my understanding was that there was some group of people who were supposed to beat her small. And then there were people who were angry and beat her more. So,
what happened? I wasn't there, and I don't know who.
But sorry, the IGP was there at the police station, and I think it was good that he passed even briefly. Okay. It was not to do anything, but just to spare the people.
So I don't know who beat whom, but I don't think that what happened is good for this country. And let me tell you in plain language that what happened showcased to the whole world a lot of cracks in our conduct of elections, insecurity, partiality, inefficiency, and barbarity. And we must all condemn this. But don't be deceived into thinking that it is an action. No, it is not an action. It is a reaction. Yes, a reaction to Ayawaso barbarity, a reaction to Techiman brutality, a reaction to Atiwa bestiality, a reaction to Chimponi audacity, yes, a reaction to Agbogboleshi. I'm telling you, yes, Agbogboleshi, yes, I'm telling you. You see, so when you see, you and I, we had always appealed to the Attorney General, then the former Attorney General, and the former IGP to institute investigations into all these criminal violence, acts of criminal violence in the by-elections. And then we made it clear that failure to do so would embolden people, and future elections will be more bloody.
Where is Amuzu?
You understand that?
Azugu.
So no, he's being prosecuted. But then you can imagine. But I don't want to brutality.
Why has he not been interdicted?
No, but what I'm even saying that why even Amuzu? No, why even that poor police officer? Why not Brian Champon? Who even wants to rule us? He has become so. Look, this man, after being named as a protagonist in the Ayawaso saga, he has the audacity to even seek our mandate to rule us.
But
can you imagine this?
Actually promoted that.
Can you imagine this? So, my brother, look, until we treat acts of political violence as pure crimes, devoid of partisanship, we will continue to witness such things. And let me tell you something. Look, if you observe the political, the history of by-elections, I'm telling you, you'll agree with me that every by-election is either violent or seems to be violent.
Very well, thank you.
And in that, let me end, I beg you, let me end by saying that this is an opportunity for the current IGP and the Attorney General to investigate the crimes. Then, of course, we are told that you are lawyers. We are told that crime has no expiry date. So let the Attorney General investigate from the Techiman barbarity to the Ablekuma brutality. I'm telling you, let fish out all these people and punish them. So that at the end of the day, yes. So
all this is dealt with before the EC.
You see, so let the Attorney General do, because we want peace in this country. And look, what is happening is part of what we witnessed. It's not an isolated case. It's part of the general script being authored by NDC and MPP in their quest to maintain duopoly in our democratic politics.
Thank you very much, sir. Please. Before we end the show, Tijani sent me something and I couldn't help but laugh, and so I want to share. 14th of July 2025. Today is 14th? Suspended Chief Justice Get to talk on urges ECOWAS court to order Ghana to pay her $10 million.
Yes.
$10 million as compensation for moral and reputational damages suffered as a result of her suspension.
Wait. Is that in
$10 million?
Is that in lieu of her
entitlement?
Is he resigning or retiring or what exactly? What was that 10 million for?
My brother, 10 million. Well, reputational. Man, you know what? Anyway,
before we leave this,
please,
you have to congratulate Rabna before we leave.
Of course.
MP-elect.
Look, especially so when that
more women coming into
no parliament. In fact, that is of no significance for any of the board. Why should we do a gender? If I say that has no significance,
your wife will be happy to hear you say.
Kwame, stop the indirect politics you've been doing. People.
Anyway,
good morning, KO. The MPP is now left with. MPP is now left with its skeleton. You see, when Lydia won the Ayawaso election, I refused to congratulate her by reason of the violence that characterized the election.
Yes.
I am not going back on my principles. I'm not going to congratulate her.
Why?
Because of the violence that happened.
Was she violent? How Kumsin was there? She was violent.
Please. Principles are either wholly kept or wholly abandoned.
Exactly.
I, together with Ama Pratt, I recall vividly at the time embarked on Agbewo, Wongbo demonstrations by whatever. By reason of the violence that characterized the Ayawaso Westward by-election. I come also as sitting here will not congratulate Obi.
So let me ask you a question.
I will not.
Assuming you had won the 2024 election, should you congratulate him?
Please, who, me?
Yes. Assuming you had won.
You are not listening to me, Prince.
There was violence in 2024.
You are not listening to me. I am saying that but the violence that occasioned did not occasion by reason of movement for change. It was because of NDC and MPP. And I'm saying that, true, and I'm saying that this particular election that was held, all right, if it was violence free, why not? She's a woman. I'm happy to see a lot of women in parliament. Competent women in parliament for that matter. But the point I want to re-emphasize, Solomon Owusu, is that we cannot congratulate people who win elections through violence. That's what I won't do it. That's what I won't do it.
She's competent, at least if
that's what I won't do. Massa.
But you've acknowledged
Massa, I know this. See, so sometimes when I see some of these NDC boys, I think, look, the attacks that we got, the vilification that we got, by merely being part of those demonstrations, because I'm a journalist, and today, no problem.
So thank you. She's competent.
I just want to invite Solomon Owusu, President Ekeje, and Dr. Mazuk to the most beautiful hotel in Central Region. The one and only. Ridge Royal Hotel.
My goodness.
I'm coming alone. You can come with your wives. You're a Muslim. You can come with your 4 wives. Your daughter is. You can come with your daughter. Okay. But I want to tell you. That it is richly invited and comfortably yours.
Yes.
Ridge Royal Hotel.
When is that?
After
Homo War or something.
Before Homo War, after Homo War, it is open. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Ridge Royal Hotel is it is the only hotel in Central Region which gives you the opportunity to tour. The whole of Central. So when they come, they have a tour bus. They have a tour bus. Takes all I'm telling you. I'm not sure.
No, I just wondered.
But
why are you asking that?
But I've experienced it.
The way the man is inviting us.
Just as I spoke about politics being inclusivity and participation. I just want to also talk about the fact that if I've experienced something that is nice, I have to share.
I'm inviting you to read inclusivity.
Bless you.
For the next 1 week, I'm inviting you to 3 events. Tomorrow,
I will see you.
Tomorrow we have the say and Nelly for one of the houses.
Yeah.
We had the Wabo on 20th.
Yeah.
And then the Sanya Lily.
Yeah.
They stole this on 25th and 26th.
No problem. So I'm also inviting you to Red Royal Hotel. I'm inviting you to Red Royal Hotel.
Why would you invite him and not? You are sitting there. Is that after to say
all right, thank you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure serving you this morning. My name is Kwame Usudanso, and we've been in the studios with Mr. Solomon Owusu, the fireman. He's won all the hats, taking all the girls from President KJ, but it's okay. Praise understands. Dr. Mazuk, thank you very much for your time. President KJ, thank you very much for your time. I'll see your daughter. Hey, Princess, how are you? Very good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.